Okay, so this is what I call temple. Alright, let me step back. Sorry, don't want to make y'all dizzy. That is Rachel's spot when we do ritual, because she always has to be there for ritual. It's a familiar thing. Okay, that is the whole area of sacred space, the temple. Everything in this area has some sort of visualization, reminder, or trigger for me. Okay, and then over here is like the working area. Okay, now many of you are probably thinking, well, oh look at that, isn't that cute? Okay, many people will be thinking, well, look at this space, and you're like, well, how do you make a circle that's a rectangle? Alright folks, let me tell you, the circle goes beyond time and space. It has no concern about a rectangle that it's being made in. Okay, that is something that you should remember and hold on to when you do your spell castings, your ritual, whatever. Alright, so give you a little tip on setting up your own little temple area. More specifically, for most people, it's just the altar. Mine is a little bit more expanded because I don't like busyness. I need to have things separated. Like over here is where my book usually goes when I'm doing ritual. Over here I do readings, I do grids, I do whatever, and everything is all over here. The vast majority of it. Okay? The vast majority of it is all in there. So if I do happen to forget something, que sera, sera, it's right there, right? Okay. Alright, so starting down here, you have your table, you have your altar cloth, right? The things that are most special to you, this is what I call earth, kind of, sort of. This is, you know, where I'm going to put the finished working product here in the cone of power and then visualize it going up with the energy, sort of thing, you know, whatever. You have all your elemental candles, right? And, you know, they're all in the same right spots where they need to be. Water, earth, fire, and air. Any smaller things I put respectively in their spots. The only thing that's not respectively in their spot is that crystal there, which I would put generally down here or down in this quadrant, but Rachel likes to try and play with them, and I think I need to get her own crystal to play with. Anyways, the wand and the air, or the incense, are all over there. Water, when I fill this up with water. I don't like to have salt on my altar. Yes, it's a big thing, but salt also can get messy, especially with a dog who likes to take things off there and play with them. Okay? She knows I'm talking to her, so she's talking about her, so she's trying to be cute. I know. Okay. And then up here, oh, let me sit down. I'm still a little broke, so I have to be gentle with myself. Up in this is obviously spirit on that point, and that's what I like to call the tabernacle. That is my old Catholic side right there. The triquetra in the center, don't write to me saying, oh, that's charmed and knock off, blah 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 blah. Okay, that has been symbolic of me and my sister since before that series came out. That is also how I visualize the three faces of the god and the goddess, the moon, the day, the sun. So there. Yes. When I say it by the power of three, that is what I am invoking. I am invoking all that energy. Alright? So, this opens up, you see, and then inside I have a Celestine, raw Celestine, and only my specific ritual jewelry or anything that I've bought that's, you know, specifically meant for that reason is in there. And then up here, obviously, is the incarnation of spirit, the goddess and the god. In this particular case, my patron is Apollo and Aphrodite, right there, and they're connected to this one, which is ultimately spirit. I'll move it a little bit. There we go. The picture is the oracle at Delphi, so I use that as visualization. Now, I want you to keep in mind everything in here has some sort of key reasoning behind it, and we all have to have our triggers, and triggers are very important. They're what stimulate our visualization. For instance, when I visualize the cone of power, I look at the Eiffel Tower, and that gives me a clear shape that I want to envision. Okay? That is what I clearly want to envision, so that's what I envision, that shape. If I'm thinking about angels, I got angels. Alright? Elements of water, a shell. The wand, whatever. That's how that pretty much works. So, I also put my crystal ball, it's a nice good size one, you see, on there, because that is where spirit dissipates the negative energy, and I also visualize, as it's glowing like that, that it's activated constantly, and it's being like a beacon or light. So those are just little ideas that I use for visualization. So this is kind of like a tutorial, if you will, on those of you who have difficulty visualizing. You can try that out. So, what else? Yeah, that's pretty much the basic altar setup for me. A lot of people have these really nice big altars, and they're very pretty. I will not knock them. They're very elaborate, they're very out there, and all nice. Me, I don't like that, because that is too busy for me. I don't like busy. It doesn't keep me focused, it doesn't keep me centered. So I generally keep it simple. Sometimes I get a hankering to be all nice and have every which thing on my altar, but that's literally once in a blue moon. So, of course, we do have a blue moon coming up in August, and I really don't foresee myself getting all wild and crazy about over elaborating the altar. One thing to keep in mind, your altar is an extension of you. It's special to you. Whatever you put on it should have special meaning to you. Like, for instance, I have, special stones that I see that belong to this particular goddess. The shells that I got from Big Mama, Every year, with Apollo, I have citrine, that cleanses the whole altar, keeps it cleansed and keeps it free of negativity. But that doesn't mean you should neglect physical cleaning. The sun god stone, those types of different things. So everything you put on your altar should speak to you in one way, shape, or form. It should be meaningful to you, and it should ultimately be your spiritual side. It should be what makes up your spirituality. So there you have it. There it be. You can take one nice last look. This is what I call temple. So I don't call it sacred space, because that's so generic. Everybody uses it, so I call it temple. When it's ritual time and I'm calling for Rachel, I'm like, come on Rachel, let's go to temple. And there she goes. As soon as I say temple, she comes right up the stairs, walks around, and it's really funny, because she'll actually kind of stop, and she'll even kind of lower her head as if she's bowing, which is really amazing. I didn't teach her that, she just does it. And she jumps up in her spot, gets comfortable. Sometimes she falls asleep, sometimes she doesn't. But there you have it. So hope that was helpful to folks. Let me know what your feedback is, or if you have any new ideas for me. Alright, bye.